So often we see on the internet that you need to be setting boundaries with other people. The real tea is setting boundaries with ourselves, okay? But before we get too deep into it, what's goody everybody? How are you? Welcome back to Dose of Destiny. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because if you've watched any of my previous videos, then you know that I'm on a journey to 1,000 subscribers. I know it might not seem like much to y'all, but it would mean a lot to me, you know, if I got to 1,000 subscribers. So help a girl out and let's run this channel up. Go ahead and like this video, leave me a comment. If you don't know what to say, leave some heart emojis or leave how you can resonate with this video. So on this channel, you know, we talk a lot about taking accountability, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to make this video. I feel like a lot of people always pin things on other people, and really it has way more to do with you than it will ever have to do with anybody else. So I want to give you a few tips on things that you can do, or be mindful of at least, when you are trying to set boundaries within yourself. The first thing is setting emotional boundaries within yourself. Being able to tell yourself, I need a break, or saying no when people ask you to do things for them or with them and you just feel like you can't. Say no. Tell your boss that you need a break. Put in some PTO. Call out. I don't call out a lot, but I'm a huge advocate for calling out if you need a mental break. If you've been working too many days, call out, okay? The money gonna come. The money is going to come to you in a different way because you prioritized yourself. Prioritizing your emotional needs. How can you be your best self for anybody if you're burnt out, if you need a break? So take those breaks for yourself and tell people no. Sometimes you just can't do it. Stop all that people pleasing, because it's really breaking you down emotionally. That's you allowing for people to cross your boundaries, which are obviously weak because you letting people into a space where you have nothing to give. So be mindful of the things that you say yes to, and also be mindful of when you need a break for yourself, because it's okay. We all need a break. We're human. The second thing is self-worth boundaries. Being completely aware of how you speak to yourself, okay? Avoiding negative self-talk, avoiding self-criticism. And I know I talk a lot about growth on this channel, but not in a way that you need to be criticizing yourself for who you are. I speak about growth so that if you are unhappy with who you are, you have the tools to change it. You have the tools to uplift yourself. But that doesn't mean putting yourself down in the process. Still be nice to yourself. Still be kind to yourself, even though you're in a transitional period. Still be mindful of the way that you're speaking to yourself, even when you're not in the position that you want to be in. And that's something that I've had to work on time and time again, and still work on it till this day. And I understand how difficult it can be, but it can be done to just simply retrain your brain. It's really just like reparenting, if you will. Just kind of telling yourself, this is not how we're going to speak to ourselves today. Setting that boundary with the ego, with the intrusive thoughts that we all get. Setting a boundary there, saying, no, like, that diminishes my self-worth. Thinking about that diminishes my self-worth. Feeling like that, so I choose not to. I take my power back, and I don't have to listen to the negative self-talk that's in my head. I can change that around. And the way that you can do that is by naming at least 3 things that you're grateful for. If you can name even more than that, then I would name all of those things that you're grateful for, and just say thank you to those things. Things that you do love about your body, or things that you do love about yourself. Show gratitude to those parts of you, because sometimes we shed too much light on the negative aspects of ourselves that we forget to hone in on those more strengths that we have, instead of focusing so much on our weaknesses. So when you do feel like, okay, yeah, this growth journey is causing me to spiral and crash out a little bit on how I speak to myself, go back and remember the things that you do love about yourself and count those blessings, and I guarantee you that your mood will completely shift. So the third thing is mental boundaries, and I talked a little bit about this on one of my last videos, where I was talking about the issues in the world, and I was saying like I choose to bring forth the things that truly affect and directly affect me and people that are around me. That's just setting a boundary, because if you sit here and you ruminate about negative things that are going on in the world, negative things that are going on in your life and other people's lives, then that's you letting your mind into too many different places, into too many different types of energy. And all of that energy comes right back to you, because that's how you start to think about yourself. And then you notice that other people are crossing your boundaries with negative talk, gossiping about other people, or just being negative about their situation, or being negative in an environment just to be negative. You know, there are always people that complain a lot. There are always people who ruminate over things that don't matter, and it drains you. And also ruminating on things that you just can't control. You can't control what's going on in the world, of course, but you can control how you choose to respond to these things. You can't control someone coming up to you and gossiping, but you can control how you respond to those types of situations. So ruminating over things that are negative in the news, in the world, in your own environment, does you no good. Which brings me to my next thing, which is having social boundaries. Social boundaries are so important, because sometimes people will talk, and sometimes that's a good thing, especially if we're talking about something. I don't mind, we can talk for hours. But then there are people who will talk to you and yap about things that you don't care about. They'll come up to you and just yap about themselves, or they'll come up to you and just, you know, talk about things that you're just really not that interested in. Or maybe you're interested for a moment and then the conversation kind of goes stale. And then you got those people that will continue the conversation, even though it's like, okay, can you not read the room? You know? So you have to set those boundaries with people, because they will drain you. You don't want to be left drained from your social interactions. I know I don't. So sometimes it's good to just put up that boundary there. You don't have to be rude about it. Just say, hey, I'm about to read a little bit, you know, if you're a reader, or I'm about to watch a show on my phone. If you're like at work or something and you got coworkers that are in your ear, just want to talk, and you don't really feel like it, say that you're going to do something else. Get up and go to the bathroom. Get up and do something else, you know? And I know that kind of sounds a little bit mean, but when there's a break in the conversation, don't allow for another conversation to start if you already start feeling drained. Be aware of how you feel. Like, okay, this is draining me. This is a bit excessive. I'm kind of over it. So remove yourself from the conversation. If people still can't read the room, I try not to be mean to people. I swear I don't. But I will literally just stop talking. I will stop listening to you. If you're getting on my nerves, I will stop listening to you. That's maybe not the best way to set a boundary, but it is setting a boundary. And, you know, it's just all about you limiting your interactions with these people who waste your time and waste your energy, or who are not respectful of your time or your energy. So just remove yourself from those types of interactions. You don't need that. And the last one is, y'all know my favorite one, physical boundaries. I always talk about how important it is to move your body, how important it is to nourish your body with good foods, whole foods. Sometimes I still eat frozen foods, but I'm very mindful, you know, and that's the thing, like putting up that physical boundary, not just eating anything, you know, when it comes down to your health, your sexual health, not just having sex with anybody. Can I trust you? Do you like me? Where are we going in this relationship type thing? Are we gonna get married? Some people don't want to wait until they're married, and that's okay. But like, if you are one of those ones that don't, then I feel like waiting to see if you can trust somebody is a physical boundary that you can have within yourself. And you know, I always talk about being abstinent and just really abstaining and saving yourself for the person who will respect you and who actually puts forth the effort for you. But also physical boundaries like going to bed early, not overworking yourself when you're tired, not working too long without taking a break. Set an alarm on your clock. If you work from home or if you do YouTube or something like that, then set an alarm on your clock. 2 hours, 3 hours, however long. Okay, now I'm gonna take me a break. I need to decompress, give me something to drink, use the bathroom, get a snack, whatever. But you're taking care of yourself and you're allowing yourself to have that boundary put up and not let something outside of you completely take over and really take you out of your element. When you know you need to use the bathroom, you're still sitting here working, and now you're at the point to like peeing in your pants because you didn't set the physical boundary with yourself to get up and go and use the bathroom. Like, it's okay. The work's still gonna be there. The work you haven't done still gonna be there. The work that you did do still gonna be there. So take the time to take care of yourself and not to exceed your boundaries. Taking care of yourself, your physical health. So just to recap, we are making sure that we're setting emotional boundaries, self-worth boundaries, social boundaries, and physical boundaries within ourselves, because it's not always about the other person. A lot of times the work needs to be done on the inside. Okay, so I pray that you guys receive this message. Like I have said before and will keep saying until I get there, subscribe to this channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and I need your help. So like this video, share it with a friend, a mother, a sister, a cousin, whoever you feel might need to hear this message because they lack boundaries. Or leave me a comment so that we can connect on this subject and really expound on it a little bit further. I would love to hear your thoughts. Don't be scared, honey. Leave me something, okay? And we can dialogue it up in the comment section. Also, don't forget to follow my Instagram because I post a lot more of just my daily life on Instagram. So I pray that you guys have the most amazing week ever, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.